Hi Leo, welcome to your fortnightly check-in with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I'm going to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So my ascendant brothers and sisters, let's see what the next 2 weeks has in store for us. All right, so for your first triplet out, what we're going to be looking at here are your actions and results. Okay, so for this, you've got the 10 of Cups, beautiful, right? With the 7 of Cups and the 5 of Swords, right? So look, the first thing that I want to say to you here is you can't please all of the people all of the time, and that seems to be very evident here. Now your results will absolutely have the desired effect. But the challenge that you have in the meantime, especially with that 7 of Cups and 5 of Swords together, there's a sense here that whatever you are doing or setting into motion, somebody is unhappy about it. There's a sense here, maybe you are having, doesn't have to be a full-on argument or a dispute, but there's definitely a clash or a difference of opinions. And because it's with the 10 of Cups, this seems to be coming from closer to home. This seems to be coming from within the home. So this could be a significant other. It could be a family member. Maybe somebody says to you, you know, you've been so busy on this, this and this, that I actually feel like I'm being neglected by you. You're not as present, or, you know, this thing has got you so stressed that you're taking it out on everybody else. It may also be as well that something that you're setting into motion or something that you're doing, maybe it upsets somebody within your community, right? So as an example, and this is probably not as strongly as this is going to be, if I'm honest, but when I suddenly just stopped doing weeklies, everybody was pissed, you know, and unfortunately, I have to change things. I have to evolve things, because otherwise I kind of just feel like I'm on a hamster wheel, right? Just churning out, you know, the same stuff every single week. And it's like nobody gets anything out of that. And eventually I kind of, it's not that I lost heart in it. It's just, it wasn't fulfilling. And with everything else that I'm trying to bring out for you guys and things that I want to do and things that I want to branch into, it kind of, it becomes moot, right? So this might very well be that. You're making a change here. Whatever you're setting into motion is going to have some really good results for you personally and potentially the people that you're connecting to or with. The challenge that you have is somebody would prefer for you to stay the same. Somebody would prefer the status quo to be upheld. They don't like it and they're kind of calling you on that. For your career and your communications, you've got the 7 of Pentacles, beautiful, with the 5 of Pentacles, okay, and the Sun card, right? So when is a loss actually a gain? For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could be something that you've put a lot of time and effort in. Maybe you've started an essay, maybe you started a body of work, right? You get to close to the deadline and your tutor says this is not going to be accepted. And you're like, hang on, you know, what the like, I've put so much time, effort, hard work and patience into this. You cannot now at this last moment tell me that this is not going to be accepted or it's not going to pass. But there's a ray of hope here, right? Not only are they throwing you a lifeline, but it looks like a lot of what you've already done can still be used. And actually, by doing this course correction that is suggested, even if it is last minute and a whole bunch of extra work, it could actually have, you know, brilliant results for you. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could literally be your boss coming to you and saying, look, you know what, we're not happy with your performance. We're going to give you your first warning, right? And what they don't know is in the background, you've been interviewing for other jobs. And so just as things start to go sour at the current place, you get another job, you get the, you know, one of the interviews comes back, you get the offer, and then you go in on Monday morning, let's say, and say, oh, by the way, boss, here's my notice. Mic drop, bitch. that I know, I'm such a dork, but whatever. Like that would literally be like the way that I did it. Like, oh yeah, disciplinary, really? Well, guess what? Here's my notice, bitch. Right, you know how I roll. So this could literally be that for some of you. So if you're wanting to change your work or your job situation, hang tight. The universe is sending you something good. But like I said, when is a loss a loss? The other thing that comes from this as well, if you are looking for alternative or other work, maybe one of the positions that you really wanted doesn't come through, but actually something better does. All right, so there's no bad news here. Even with that Five of Pentacles, I know a lot of you are like, my money. You've got this on top of the Seven of Cups. So one thing that I will say to you is be mindful of where you're spending your money in terms of your profession. Now, for those of you, specifically for those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, you do want to be mindful of what you're doing with your money, your finances, and your resources this fortnight. Pay attention to where you're putting your money. Now, because you've got this Seven of Pentacles in the mix, this is something that you've worked hard on. Maybe it doesn't take. Maybe it's not quite ready yet. Maybe there are setbacks here, but the Sun card basically says everything in its right time and place. There are no tragedies here, okay? Hold tight, you are good. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, I actually feel like this could be some kind of recognition that comes through at a really inopportune moment. So, you know, let's say maybe, you know, somebody reaches out to you and says, look, you know, I'd really like to work with you on this, and this. And you're like, yeah, unfortunately, excuse me, I've just had a bit of a problem, you know, happen within the family. So it's like something comes up that's a really good opportunity, but it comes almost like at the wrong time. This is, you know, I said this to Cancer in another part of their reading. This might be you just have to jump in and you got to learn to swim while you're in. All right. For your love and relations, you've got the World card. Okay. With the Two of Pentacles. Okay. And the King of Cups. So for those of you that are single and looking to date, sorry, you can't see that. Don't worry. I will be switching the setup very soon, because the light really bugs me and it annoys me that you can't see the cards clearly. That was like kind of the whole reason that I changed part of the setup as well. So, you know, like, okay. All right. So the King of Cups. If you are single and looking, you are very likely to run into somebody who is emotionally very intelligent or mature. And I will say definitely mature, because you've got this with the World card. So this is going to be somebody that has a lot of emotional intelligence, somebody that's quite advanced for their years. This with the Two of Pentacles as well. Both you and this person are likely to be in a transition phase or period of some sort. You could actually meet them or bond with them in a place that speaks directly to what you're trying to achieve. So as an example, you've just joined the gym, you start working out, and you know, you catch someone's eye or they catch your eye or whatever, and you get talking and you're like, oh, actually, you know what, maybe there's something there. Whatever mission or goal you are on, they are on the same one, obviously from their own perspective and all the rest of it. That would be weird, right? It's like, oh really, me too. You're like, okay, I'm gonna check out now, this was fun. So that's one way this could show up. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this looks like a lot of you are starting to think about the communities that you're tied to and the place that you live in. Maybe not necessarily in terms of changing where you live, but certainly trying to become a more active participant in the area that you are, and maybe asking yourself, are there ways for me to leverage my community that I could actually start making money from? All right, so this could be really exciting. And then finally, for your money and materials, you've got the Page of Wands. Okay, so getting creative about saving and creating more money or resources for yourself. The Four of Pentacles. Right, lovely. And then you've got the Queen of Cups. So look at this. You've got the King and the Queen of Cups directly together. This is news, information, or potentially even support that comes from a couple. whoever they are, they may not necessarily both be water signs, although it is possible. But these are people that can help or support you on your financial journey. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're working with a guy and a woman and a man, in order to, like, both of these people are doing things that enhance your career in some way, or at least your earning potential. So this could be conversations with someone that says, this is what you need to invest in, this is where you need to put your money in. Obviously keep your wits about you, you know. But this I actually really like. I wouldn't be surprised as well if some of you end up making money, or at least having an opportunity arise from some skill that you've got that you can either write, speak, or publish on or over or about. So this could be really, really nice. The other thing as well with that Four of Pentacles, this next fortnight is going to see you getting really serious about your resources and how you can enhance your lifescape by really leveraging what is available to you already. For those of you, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, I like this for redoubling efforts, you know, with workout regimes, etc. For some of you, it looks like you're really starting to hone in on what you're eating, when you're eating it, how you're eating it, etc. There's a sense here that you're working on the body, but not in the usual terms. So yes, some of you will be doing it through the gym or going running or whatever it might be. But a lot of you, it looks like you're really starting to pay attention to, maybe you're doing more calorie counting. Maybe you're really paying attention to what you're putting in your mouth, what you're ingesting, what the ingredients are in those things. There's a sense here that you're being really meticulous because there's a need to care for yourself on another level. For those of you, and then when it comes to your home and environment, should I say, this could be plans for the future about getting your resources in order for what it is that you would like to do. So for some of you, this looks like you're starting that process of buying a home. For others, this looks like you're starting the process of getting the money behind you that you need in order to buy a home. But either which way, there could potentially be some quite, not serious, but like potentially quite some serious talks on the subject. Okay, so I love it. Leo's growing up. I know a lot of you are like, really, Raph? Come on, you know I love you. My ascendant brothers and sisters. I got big love for my Leos, all of you. Sun, moon and ascendant, because you're, you know, just, yeah. You're my people, my kin, my tribe. All right, so for your cross purposes, what is getting in the way of all of the good stuff? And, you know, potentially where is the challenging stuff coming from? Okay, so the Devil card. It looks like your obsessions, your addictions, your unconscious patterns, where you have maybe told yourself, well, it's always been like this and it's always going to be like this. This is you getting a wake-up call from the universe to say, actually, it's only like this if you decide it's like this. Get your shit together. And then with this, you've got the Ace of Wands. Whether it is sex, drugs, rock and roll, whether it is, you know, just checking out to have too much fun, whether it's drinking too much, whatever your vices are, you must be mindful of them over this fortnight, because the chances are they will really get the better of you. The other thing as well with that Ace of Wands, it can be about fun. So this fortnight, pay attention to where you tell yourself it's just a bit of fun. It's just a joke. It's just where you dismiss something as way less than it actually is. That is the cross purposes. Now, in terms of cross purposes that might come from outside, this may very well be either a friend or group of friends that maybe, it's not so much that they don't have your best interests at heart, you just may have evolved beyond this further or quicker than you realized, and it's like maybe now you're trying to keep yourself small in order to kind of continue fitting in. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments, do you love it? Do you loathe it? What do you think of this new way of doing things? No more weeklies, but there's definitely something that's halfway in between. All right, with that said, take care and I'll see you soon.